are looking at an overview of the National Tiles retail sales process. So why do we need a sales process? Well, a sales process is based on best practice behavior of the top selling agents. It properly engages team members with their customers. It helps to maximize every sales opportunity. It's a great tool for on-the-job training. It helps to create consistency across all stores, and team members know exactly what's expected of them. The best practice process provides guidelines and reference points for team members to better identify how to sell. The best practice process marks the difference between retail order takers and professional salespeople with specialized knowledge and expertise. This selling program has been designed to be easy for all team members to understand what's expected of them in a store environment. So introducing the National Tiles Sales Training Kit. Now, we've used the word tiles to help people to remember the simple steps involved in the selling process. And those simple steps are turn, introduce, learn, evaluate, and sell. So let's have a look at the first one. Turn. Turn, smile, and be excited. Make the customer feel welcome and important. The next one is introduce yourself by name. Remember the customer's name and continue to address them by name. The next one is learn. Learn all about your customer's needs. Next one is evaluate. Evaluate, summarize, and demonstrate. Evaluate what you've heard, summarize this back to your customer, and demonstrate in accordance with your evaluation. And finally, sell. This is where we close the sale. So while this program might look simple and not as detailed as some, if we could simply get all of our teams to always follow these 5 steps, it would have a massive impact on our revenue and overall sales success. Let's look at each step in more detail. So the first one, turn. Turn, smile, and be excited. Now the purpose of this is to make the customer feel welcome and important. This is where every team member is to be constantly on the lookout for customers and aware of their approach before they even enter the store. So get off your chair, move towards the door in anticipation, and start to get excited. This is where every head turns towards the customer as they enter the store with a welcoming smile and a look of absolute delight on their face. Now, we don't go rushing up to them with an overwhelming sense of urgency and desperation, and we don't ever need to if we have first given them a genuine, welcoming smile from a distance. This makes them feel special, noticed, welcome, and important. Let's have a look at the next one. Introduce yourself by name. The purpose here is to make the customer feel important and to remember their name and continue to address them by name. A formal handshake introduction after a warm and genuine welcoming smile from a distance is the first indication that we are professional sales experts rather than retail order takers. We never rush up to a customer immediately, but we do acknowledge them immediately. Unless they come straight towards us, we always approach them within a minute to warmly greet them and introduce ourselves to them by name. The most important word a customer can hear is the sound of their own name. And the best way to remember a customer's name is to repeat their name right after they introduce themselves and then to continue using their name throughout the consultation. Let's have a look at L, learn. The purpose here is learning what we need to know in order to best serve our customers' needs. Now, after we have personally introduced ourselves to the customer and made them feel welcome and important, there are 4 core answers that we are looking for. The answers to these 4 core questions puts us in a position to professionally serve our customers' needs. What are those questions? Well, the first one is, are you building or renovating? What is your time frame? Talk me through your project. And what are your color and style preferences? As soon as we have all this information, you are now armed and equipped to make an accurate evaluation of exactly what your customer's needs are. Repeat them back to the customer and then begin a demonstration in line with their requirements. Let's have a look at that. Evaluate. This is where we evaluate, summarize, and demonstrate. The purpose here is to evaluate what you have heard, summarize this back to the customer, and then demonstrate in accordance with your evaluation. Now, the evaluation is a critical part of the process because it ensures that you have correctly heard, acknowledged, and confirmed with the customer that you have a good idea of what they are wanting to achieve. Another critical element of the demonstration is to continuously obtain feedback from the customer that they are happy with what you are presenting to them as you bring together the various pieces of the selection. Simple questions such as, do you like? How does this look? What do you think of this? Which of these do you prefer? So you always be on the lookout for when a customer indicates a preference. This is a buying signal, and we should be quick to affirm their preference and agree with their leaning towards a particular product. Every time we affirm and agree with a customer's preference, we are actually assisting them with the process of making a decision. And each time this happens, we're doing what is known as a trial close. Now, the end goal of the demonstration is so that we can come down to the point where we can say to the customer, okay, so are you happy with this selection then? And when the customer says yes to this question, the close which is following is seamless and easy. Let's have a look at that. Sell. So the purpose here is to close the sale, to get a commitment from the customer. The internal purpose is for all retail staff to have a clear understanding of exactly what's expected of them, exactly what it means to close the sale. Let's have a look at that overall expectation. So no customer leaves the store without either an order or a quote and a sample. All quotes are followed up within 48 hours. All follow-ups must have notes entered into CRM, quote bank reports printed every week to ensure that all team members are complying with the above. And every customer gets asked, okay, would you like to go ahead then? And is later provided with the option to secure the tiles earlier if they wish. This is expected of us with every customer. So let's have a look at what it actually means to close the sale. The secret to closing every sale lies in treating every customer the same. The secret to closing every sale is simply asking for the sale with every customer. But, you say, not every customer is the same. Now, A customers are people who have already decided that they are buying today or very soon. It's just a question of from who. And B customers are people who have only just started looking and don't believe that they will be buying anytime soon. So every day of all the customers that walk into our stores, only 20% are A customers and 80% are B customers. So these people, the A customers, know that they are buying today and therefore represent an easier sale to you. This is closer to order taking. B customers, these people don't believe they are buying anytime soon and therefore represent our biggest conversion opportunity. Our research shows that up to 50% of these customers could actually be converted on the day. So the most effective way to improve our conversion ratio is to treat these customers exactly the same as these customers by asking for the sale every time. Now, there's a very good reason why it's important to ask B customers if they want to go ahead, even though they have only started looking. What do you think that might be? Well, the emotional journey that every B customer goes through as they experience the showroom, the demonstration of the selection of tiles, and the vision this creates for them in their thinking. Okay, it starts off with rational thinking, the possibility of renovation, the prospect of money coming through in the future. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. I'm not sure what it costs. I don't have a clear picture. Let's just check it out. And then as you guide your customer through the process, the rational thinking becomes emotional thinking. We'll find the money, maybe even finance it. I can just imagine how good it will be. We can afford it. Imagine entertaining guests. I want it sooner rather than later. Let's just do it. I want it now. And that's why it's important to ask for the sale, even if they have only just started looking. We must always anticipate the emotional shift that takes place in every customer during their professional consultation. So even if the customer says no, We still always give them a second option to purchase the towel sooner, but only after we have provided a sample and drawn up a quote. So what does that process look like? So let's have a look. The customer says no. We draw up a quote. We offer them a sample. And while doing this, we offer them the following options. And these are possibly scripts that we might need to learn off by heart so that it just rolls off the end of our tongue every time. Let's have a look at those examples. Some options you may want to consider. If you wanted to secure those tiles today, all I would need is a 20% deposit and the balance in 60 days. Would you like me to lock that in for you? Or, hey, just looking at stock levels here, we can't always guarantee that the same tiles that you selected today will be available the next time you visit us. Now, I am always more than happy to do another selection with you, but if you wanted to secure those same tiles today, all I would need is a 20% deposit and the balance in 60 days. Would you like me to lock that in for you? Or, one of the things that I always love to do for my customers is to provide them with as many options as possible. So one of the options that you may like to take advantage of is that if you wanted to save yourself going through another whole selection process, you can actually secure those tiles today. All I would need is a 20% deposit and the balance in 60 days. Would you like me to lock that in for you? So now, if the customer says yes, great, give yourself a high five and complete the transaction. You have just converted a B customer into an A customer on the day. This is what makes you a professional salesperson rather than an order taker. If the customer says no, well then go to step 3. What is step 3? Step 3 is, great, here's your quotation, here's your sample. I can't wait to hear what you think after you match it up with your colors at home. I'll give you a call in a day or two to see how it all goes, okay? And so, in conclusion, this is what it means to close the sale. This is the best practice process followed by our most successful sales consultants. This is a learned behavior that can be mastered by anyone, and that includes you. Happy selling.